Welcome everyone to episode number 4. Today is going to be strictly a yoga class because, as you might be able to tell by my rosy cheeks, I went for a run today with my son. So my heart rate got elevated in the sunlight and got that fresh air. So I'm encouraging you all to do the same thing. Even if it's not sunny where you are, put on a rain jacket and maybe the raindrops are just washing your troubles away. So today we're going to be using a bolster, like you can see behind. But if you don't have a bolster, don't stress. A couple of pillows or a couch cushion are going to do the trick just fine. I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's start at the front of our mat. As you inhale, hands reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, gentle forward fold. Again, knees nice and soft. Relax the head and neck down. Bend your knees so much that you can plant your hands, step back into a downward dog. Watch the cat if you have one on the mat. You can bend one knee at a time, gently shake it out, opening up your hips and your hamstrings. And when you're ready, walk your feet forward, forward fold. Keep the knees nice and soft, then roll up. Shoulders back and down. Let's do that again. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, gentle forward fold, knees soft. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees so you can plant your hands back into your down dog. Right leg lifts only as high as it feels comfortable. As you exhale, right foot steps as far forward as it's available. Exhale, next left foot comes to meet it. Sweep the hands up, inhale. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, gentle forward fold. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back into your plank. Hands, fists, forearms, your knees. Remember, this is your practice, not mine. I'm just guiding you through it. Inhale, next downward dog. Left foot lifts up, only as high as it feels good. Left foot steps forward. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, right foot comes to meet it. Sweep up as you inhale, filling your body full of fresh oxygen. Exhale, bring it down to your heart center. Inhale, lift up, expanding your body. Exhale, release, forward fold. Flat back as you inhale, shoulders level with the hips. Draw those shoulders towards the back side. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step back to plank. Find your breath in plank. Push in through those fingers, try not to dump into those wrists. Inhale, lift back up into your downward dog. Exhale, bend both knees, let your knees hover above the mat. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bend and hover. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bend and hover. Inhale, lift back up. Last time, exhale, bend and hover and hold. Widen the stance of your knees, relax the knees down onto the mat. Uncurl the back toes, press the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in child's pose. Spread those fingers wide, curl your toes under, down dog. Look between your hands, abdominals engage, soften your knees. You have the option to walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. As you inhale, sweep the hands up towards the sky. Tadasana, mountain pose, bring your hands beside your thighs, palms face the front of the mat, chest is open. Rock gently back and forth, side to side on your feet, getting that rooting sensation. Then when you're ready, relax the body. Right foot steps back, one leg distance. So quite often what I see here is taking too short of a stance. So make sure that you're actually one leg distance apart. Front foot is parallel to the long edge of the mat. Back heel slightly closer to the back edge of the mat than your toes. Hands come up to shoulder height, shoulders fall away from the ears. Now here, before we come into any further, engage the legs, make them strong. So not coming into a bend in the knee, but also not hyperextending in that left knee. Reaching your fingertips forward, fold at the hips, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Find your breath here. Engage your abdominals. Inhale, bring yourself back to stand. Crescent moon, right hand comes down to the back of the right thigh. Left hand lifts up towards the sky, palm facing you. I want you to reach down through the legs, lift out of your low back, out of your hips, into your heart. See if you can expand the front side of the body without collapsing in that low back. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes down. Pivot your feet so that they're facing the outer edge so that your feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat. Hands come to your hips, press into those hip flexors, so where those pants naturally crease. Press in there so your hips go back. Slide your hands down the thighs, only as far as it feels good. Separate leg forward fold. So this is where we're first going to be using that bolster if you can't quite reach the floor, which is completely fine. So you can either place your hands on the bolster, or if it's available, hands come down onto the mat. Let's keep with your left hand in the center of the mat, right hand comes to your low back. Now maybe staying there, or if you'd like more of a twist, draw your chest open to the right side. If you'd still like more, right hand lifts up towards the sky, breathe into your twist. Knowing that twists release toxins, release tension. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand comes down. Replace the left. Left hand comes to the low back. If you'd like more, let's twist open. And if you'd like more, left hand lifts up towards the sky. Breathe into that twist. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes down to meet the right. Hands come back onto your hips. Engage the abdominals. Bring yourself back to stand. Right foot now faces the back of your mat. So your foot will be parallel with the long edge of the mat. Back heel is slightly closer to the back edge of the mat than the toes. Hands come up to shoulder height. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Engage those legs nice and strong. Reach the fingertips forward. Fold at the hips. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. I want you to engage your abdominals here. Remember, wherever your hand lands is where it should be. Try not to force it down any further. Engage your abdominals, bring yourself back up to a stand. Crescent moon, left hand comes down to the back thigh. Right hand lifts up, palm faces you. Push down through your feet. Lift up an engagement around the kneecaps, up into your hips. Open up through your heart. Crescent moon, symbolic of new beginnings, just like yesterday was the spring equinox. I want you to think about anything new that's happening to you right now and embrace it. Enjoy every moment of it. Relax that front hand. Pivot your feet now so that they're off at a 45-degree angle. Again, legs are still one leg distance apart. Hands come to your hips. Send the hips down nice and low. Knees will often try to cave in here. Push your knees back. Be strong. Hands come up to the corners of the room. Bend the elbows. Goddess pose. Coming into a flow here. Inhale, straighten the legs. Open the heart. Exhale, bring it down into your goddess. Slight flex in those biceps. Inhale, open up, expand, long arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, sink it down, feel the heat. Inhale, feel your breath filling your body. Exhale, bring it down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, open back up, hold in your 5-pointed star. Hands come up to the sky, biceps hug the ears, turn the palms to face in. Pivot your left foot to face the front of the mat. Your right heel will lift completely so you know your hips are square to the front of the mat. Bend your front knee. I want you to clasp your hands now. Place the clasped hands at the nape of the neck. Draw the elbows towards the back of the mat, but keep your ribs down as opposed to pushing your ribs forward. Neutral curve in that low back here. Neck is long still. Nice deep breath into your heart. As you inhale, hands reach up towards the sky. Fingertips sweep forward. Step forward, forward fold. Left foot steps back. Staying with that left heel lifted. Sweep the hands up. Right knee is bent, tracking over the ankle. Clasp the hands. Clasp the hands. Placed at the nape of the neck. Push down through your hips, lift up through your heart, but keep the stability in the core there. Draw the elbows towards the back. Quite often in our day-to-day lives, we do dishes, we hold babies, we curl in. I want you to expand outwards. Nice deep breath. Inhale, hands reach all the way up. Exhale, fingertips come forward. Plant your fingertips, step forward, forward fold. Relax the head and neck down here. As you inhale, slowly roll up. Draw the navel in as you do. Shoulders come back and down. Right leg steps back, one leg distance plus a foot. So wider stance than what we had last time. Hands come up to shoulder height. Turn the palms to face down, neck is relaxed. Take a look at your back hand, make sure it's tracking exactly where you want it to. Your heels are still in one line, back heel is slightly closer to the back edge of the mat than your toes. Bend your front knee so it tracks over top of your ankle, and again, you can take a look at it. Make sure it's not swaying side to side. This is your Virabhadrasana 2. Exalted warrior here. Bring your right hand down to the back thigh. Left palm pushes away. Draw your fingertips towards you. Can you feel that stretch all the way up into your shoulders? Our exalted warrior with his hand mudra. It's the fear not mudra. So any new beginnings that we talked about before in that crescent moon, don't fear them. We are strong. Relax that front hand, straighten your front leg, pivot your feet inwards slightly, back into that separate leg forward fold. So push your hips back, slide your hands down only as far as it feels good. Let your head and neck relax here, chin comes from side to side. Then let's roll back out. Draw the navel in, shoulders back and down. Right foot pivots towards the back of the mat. So again, make sure you're still one leg distance plus a foot apart. Bend the front knee, hands come up to shoulder height, palms facing down, neck is relaxed. Gaze at that back hand, make sure it's exactly where you want it to be. Then track over the front middle finger. Feel strong in your warrior 2. Find your breath in and out through the nose and feel the heat that you're creating in the legs. Left hand comes down to the back thigh now, right palm pushes away. I want a long line of energy from your back heel all the way to your fingertips. Fingertips drawing towards you. Feel that stretch all the way up your arms, into your shoulders. And relax that front hand, straightening your front leg, pivot your feet so that they're back at that 45-degree angle. Send the hips down nice and low. Hands come onto your hips. Inhale here, knees stay stable, that's key here. Draw the left shoulder towards the right thigh. Keep those knees stable, try not to let them cave in. Inhale, bring yourself back through the center. Exhale over to the opposite, trying not to let one movement flow into another, keeping it distinct. Just like yesterday when I said we're distinct like robots, drawing it over, then back to center, realign, then over to the opposite side. We've got one more on each side. Nice work. Feel the exhale wanting to sink you down. Then the inhale wants you to flow up. Straighten your legs, pivot and heel toe your feet nice and close together. Bring your big toes to touch, heels a half an inch apart, Utkatasana, chair pose. Send your hips back and down. Knees over ankles, neutral curve in that low back, ribs to pelvis, pelvis to ribs. Inhale, feel that heat still building up in your legs. Exhale, forward fold, release, head and neck relax. Plant your hands, step back into a down dog. Find your breath here. Inhale, right leg lifts up towards the sky. Right foot steps in between the hands. So you might need to scooch it forward more so that your knee tracks over top of the ankle. And that's completely fine. I want you to scooch as much as you need to. Left knee comes down. Again, we've done this lizard pose in these videos before. So if you want to walk that back knee back a little bit more, feel free to do so. If your knee is bothering you at all, feel free to roll up the back of your mat, place it underneath. Uncurl the back toe. Walk the right foot out to the right. Right hand comes to your right thigh. And again, if you'd like more, twisting open. Take a nice deep breath here. And again, I'll offer that extended challenge by bending that left knee, drawing your heel nice and close to your hip. If you'd like more, right hand comes to your right foot. And if you have a hold of that foot, push your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. Find your breath here. Without slingshotting this left foot, slowly release it. So here's where I want you to grab that bolster. Walk your right foot out to the left side, so it's crossing the mat. And bring your bolster underneath of your right hip. So walk that right foot all the way over to the left side so your right shin can rest down onto the mat. It will be at an angle. So your right knee closer to the front edge of the mat, then your right toes. Uncurl the back toe, and that bolster is just going to sink underneath of that hip so that we know we're not sinking down into that right hip. Walk your hands forward, and if you'd like more, forearms come down. If you'd like more, stack one fist on top of another, let your forehead rest on your fists. Take a deep breath here, feel the opening in your hips happening. Now if this is too much for you, if this is bothering you in your knees, that thread the needle that we did yesterday is a great alternative. As you inhale, pushing into your forearms, lift up through your hands, spine is nice and long. Again, I'm going to offer that challenge. If you'd like more, left knee bends, bringing it nice and close to your hips. If you'd like more, left hand grabs a hold of that left foot. Don't worry if you can't grab it or if it's bothering your knees at all, just hold in that upright pigeon. If you'd like more, draw that left elbow around the left foot. If you'd like more, right hand lifts up. See if you can clasp your hands like a mermaid. Find your breath. Inhale here. Inhale one more time fully. As you exhale, slowly release the right hand first. Without slingshotting, the left foot slowly releases back into that hand and then back down onto that mat. Curl the back toe under. Before coming into the opposite side, I want you to walk the left knee forward, slide the right knee back, bring your bolster or your pillow or whatever you might be using today in between the thighs. Send your hips back so that your chest can rest down on that bolster, hugging it in. Feeling restorative here. Breathe into the back side. Can you breathe in to the low back, the ribs, and the upper back with one deep breath? As you inhale, slowly slide back up. Knowing that we'll need the bolster on the left side, slide the bolster over to the left side. Walk your hands forward, curl the toes under, down dog. Left leg lifts up only as high as it feels good. Left foot steps through. Again, knee over ankle, that's the important part. Relax that right knee down, uncurl the back toe. Again, if you'd like more, walk that back knee back. Left foot walks out to the left. Left hand can come to the left thigh. If you'd like more, twisting open. If you would like more, right knee bends. No pinching, no crunching, nothing that's causing discomfort or pain. It's just that opening from the quadricep all the way up into the hip. If you'd like more, left hand reaches back. See if you can tickle the toes or grab a hold of the foot. If you do have a hold of the foot, you can push the foot into the hand gently. Find your breath here. Remember, that's key. Slowly release the right foot if you did have a hold of it. Walk the left foot all the way over to the right side. And then release the left shin down. And this is where we use that bolster again. Place that bolster or your pillow underneath of your left hip. Make sure that back leg is nice and straight. Then if you'd like more, coming down onto your forearms, or you can stack fist on fist, forehead on fist. Find your breath here. Knowing that we hold tension in our hips, see if you can release it now. So any thoughts that are arising between your grocery list and anything that's causing you anxiety or fear, know that it's completely normal to arise through our yoga practice. But what I do want you to practice is to acknowledge those thoughts and then come to your breath. Pushing into your forearms, bringing yourself up into your hands, staying upright, or if you'd like that extended version, right knee bends. Grabbing a hold of that right foot if it's available. If you'd like more, slide that foot in towards the elbow crease. Left hand can see if you can clasp the right hand. Find your breath here. Mermaid pose. Making sure that there's no pinching or crunching in that low back at all. Release that left hand first as you exhale. Slide the right foot into the right hand so that we're not slingshotting. Then slowly release that right foot down. Now take that bolster out from underneath that left hip. Left hip comes down. Sweep your feet out in front. I want you to give it a little shake out here. And here, place this bolster behind you lengthwise. Now this is if you are using just one pillow. I recommend that you grab another one just so that we do feel the benefits of this heart bed pose. One hand comes on either side of your bolster. Bend your knees so that we can slowly lower our spine down onto the bolster. Head and neck can relax down. Adjust as needed to feel comfortable. Now if your low back is bothering you at all here, take the bolster out. You don't need it. Soles of the feet come together to touch and allow your knees to open out to the side. Let's place our hands onto our low belly. And feel that breath entering and exiting. Not only do I want you to feel the way that the air touches your nostrils, I want you to feel the way the air enters into your deep belly. Use your hands to gently guide your thighs back towards one another. Remember, any of these poses that feel good, you can come back to after the video is done. Roll to one side or the other. Take the bolster out and place it lengthwise beside your hips. Lift your hips, slide this bolster or cushion underneath of your hips, and then rest back down. So again, you might need to adjust back and forth side to side a little bit so that you feel comfortable. But when you are comfortable, lift your feet. Roll your ankles here. So this is a gentle inversion here. We're completely supported by the bolster. If you are feeling any straining though, I want you to adjust. Now here is where you get to come into any movement that feels right for your body. So maybe you come into bookends with your legs open and closed. Maybe you bicycle. Maybe you bicycle backwards. Maybe you come into some figure eights. Maybe big circles. Listen to your body and what your body is asking for in this moment. It will be different moment to moment, body to body, and each time you step on your mat. Whatever you're doing, make sure it's slow, it's controlled. When that feels complete for you, placing both feet back down onto the floor. Lift your hips. Slide the bolster now underneath of your knees. So you're rolling your spine back down and the back of your knees rest on the bolster. Your feet can flop open to the sides. Hands can either be on your belly or beside you, palms facing up. Head and neck are relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Your hips are released because your legs need to hold no tension at all. Can you close your eyes? Visualize your breath. Watch your breath enter and exit. Bending both knees. Gently sway your knees from side to side. Rolling to one side or the other, pressing into your hand. Bring yourself into a seated position. Maybe today that seated position is on your bolster. Bring your palms together to touch. Bow your chin towards your chest. Thank yourself for stepping onto your mat today, for giving this time for your mind, your body, and your breath to all connect as one. And as always, thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.